So, as people who have seen the series before, this is really, we're going to talk about how do we work better now. For some people, it's technology. For different people, have different things. Jack, you work with so many people at a very high level. So, starting with CEOs, with the way business is today, what in general should CEOs be doing to work better now? And what are you seeing the best CEOs do today to work better?
Look, since I launched my CEO coaching business when Bonnie got diagnosed and I wanted to get off the road and stay home with her, I've gotten a real inside look at that owner, CEO, entrepreneur space. Even though I was one of them, when you're outside looking in, you really get to see it, right? Here's my general overview observation. Too involved in the day to day, too involved in the weeds, not delegating enough to the team that they have. You've got to let things go. I'll put up as the poster child of what I'm explaining, I'll put Richard Branson up there. In my lifetime, Sir Richard Branson has created an empire under Virgin of over 300 companies. But you would look at him and say, well, he's not certainly in the weeds of those businesses, but they are thriving. And he navigates where he needs to navigate. I mean, he was dealing in albums and records, in the early stages, and look at where he is today. But he's not involved in the day to day. So I say to my CEOs, look, I want you to focus on three things and just three things. Focus precedes success. Here's the three things. One, get clarity of what your vision is. You can't get there unless you know what there is. And once you've got that magnetic, compelling vision, then you've got to share it proactively with conviction and with passion. And so vision becomes a big task of that leader. The second thing is key people in key spots. And one of the biggest mistakes that I see made is in the revenue generating area, because they go light on who's running the sales force. Many times I see small to medium sized companies where the business owner, CEO, wears the hat of that and the sales manager. Well, every moment you're being the CEO, you're not being the sales manager, which is how you grow sales, growing sales force in quantity and quality. So key people in key spots, and spend a lot of time making sure those people are there for execution. Richard Branson, I've been on stage with about 8 times, and he said, I was born with an entrepreneur advantage. And I said, how do you mean by that? And he said, I was dyslexic, which means anytime I get involved in the day-to-day, I muck it up. And so what's really important for me is to make sure that I staff my company with people that are actually going to run it and build it. And then the third ingredient that I want my CEO involved in is the culture of the company. Peter Drucker said it better than me: culture eats strategy for breakfast. My way of saying it is, if you get the culture right, everything else gets easier in your company. And so culture is all about creating a business where your employees don't get up in the morning and moan and groan about having to go to work. They actually get up out of bed in the morning and say, hot damn, I get to go to work there. And if you could create that winning culture, you combine it with really good people leading your company, and you know where you're headed, that's your job.